Hey, I'm Wispy, and today I wanted to do something a bit different. A challenge very popular in the art community, the art style challenge. For those unfamiliar, I will pick a few different art styles and try to replicate them. This challenge was suggested to me by a good friend and livestream mod Medea, so thank you to them, and let's get on with the video. So I'll start by drawing my own style. For this challenge, it's typical to pick one original character to draw all the styles, to better compare them. So I was quite limited. I had to pick a humanoid character with the most recognizable features. So I decided on Mabel, a character who I've shown in a few animation memes. She's a streetwise maneki neko, who has a lot of confidence and a big personality. My style has changed a lot over the years, with big changes happening to coincide with my printmaking runs for conventions. The most recent changes include going from dark purple line art to mostly black, with places coloured where it looks the best. I've been using cell shading for a while, but like I mentioned in my last video, I more recently blend the shading in places. My eye designs are probably the most unique, with two lines in the centre forming a round pupil. And I like nice thick line art. Lately for prints, I've been experimenting with a slightly different style, with thinner lines and more intricate details. For other art styles, I picked ones from properties I was fairly familiar with, so I was familiar with the tone and feel of them. The first one I picked is Gravity Falls. This is a mystery TV show from 2016. It's probably one of the best cartoons ever. This style is very simple and round, which makes it perfect for animation. I tried to simplify the hair shapes more and reduced a lot of the details. For the clothes, you'll notice they don't stick out from the body. This is a very common animation trick that reduces the number of lines an artist has to draw. This is a very cartoony style that uses flat colours and no shading. The next style I chose is Studio Ghibli. Their films are gorgeous. Their older films have a strong sense of nostalgia, but even their newer films have that same quality. I've noticed that Ghibli main characters tend to be very grounded, but the plot around them always has fantasy themes. It's one of the more detailed styles chosen, while still being quite soft, with round features and expressive brows. Surprisingly, this style has quite detailed noses compared to other anime styles. Usually the noses are just dots. I think this adds to the more realistic tone Ghibli films have, at least character-wise. The plots are so perfectly fantastical. The hair has more detail than the previous style, but still quite simplified compared to some of the next styles. The line art is thin, with flat colours and only a little shading. Next up, unsurprising for those who know me, Genshin Impact. It's a 3D JRPG with famously and extremely detailed style. This can be seen mostly in the clothing designs, but lucky for me, I was able to skip most of this to keep my character looking like herself. This was the most detailed style, and the most anime-like. This was also the only style where I added more detail than my normal style. I added more detail to the rope part of Mabel's necklace, as well as detail lines to her shirt. The hair and eyes are also highly detailed. For the previous two styles, I had to pick one main colour for her hair, but Genshin is no stranger to odd coloured hair, so I kept the orange and blue gradient. This line art was also very thin, and I coloured it in some places. I added cell shading and lots of highlights to the hair. The next style I chose was the most simple and cartoony, Adventure Time, another TV show. The animation style definitely fits the tone and humour of the show, at least for the early seasons. These characters have very rounded heads, no line separating the head from the neck, and literally just dot eyes. I tried to reduce the detail as much as possible, which was very welcome after doing the Genshin drawing. I think I would have improved this one if I had increased the saturation of the colours. And finally, probably the one I struggled with most, Tim Burton's style. I am not a painter, so doing something lineless was very difficult for me. I think Tim Burton is best known for his stop-motion spooky films, such as Corpse Bride and The Nightmare Before Christmas. So I tried to replicate this 3D style. The most notable features of the characters are extremely skinny necks and sharp features, dark shadows and gloomy expressions, and the characters always look startled. The hair tends to be quite realistic, which I struggled a bit to translate onto my own character. Overall, I really tried to drain the life out of this drawing to mimic the more dreary tone of Tim Burton's films. And here are all the completed art styles. I tried to pick out a broad range to really test my abilities. How do you think I did? Let me know which one was your favourite and how I could have improved down below. And thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe. And until I post next, stay safe and I'll see you then. Bye!